Hi, and welcome to Bad Movie Brothers. I'm Eric.
I'm upset.
That's Chad. And this time we watched Dreamer.
How dare you? How dare you make me watch a bowling movie?
Because, my friend, when I go looking for these movies, now, fans of the show will know that our previous episode we watched a movie called Get Crazy.
Yes.
And when I am looking through these movies, I go, oh, okay, this is a movie, we often like the music in these bad movies. This is a movie that's all about the music, maybe we'll like this. And then I hear about this movie that is all about bowling, and I went, well, that's got to be seen.
Who's telling you about it?
Who was telling me about it? I don't know. I heard about Dreamer somewhere.
Don't speak to this person again.
Well, it certainly wasn't a good movie. Dreamer is the story of the aptly named character Dreamer.
That's not his real name.
But it is what everyone in the movie calls him.
Okay, let's start here.
Well, hold on. Let's get the plot out of the way if we can.
No.
I just want to say, Dreamer wants to be a pro bowler.
Why do they call him Dreamer? He's not a real dreamer. He's really good at bowling. That's not a good dream if you're really good at bowling. Tom Brady isn't dreaming of being a great quarterback. He is a great quarterback. Not a dreamer. He is. They should just call him, hey, bowler, what's up?
And right away, you have struck at the heart of this movie because, and certainly what I've got to say, is not only is it an odd name for the character in any circumstances, in any circumstances shy of not even a Disney movie, but like those crummy Don Bluth like Thumbelina movies.
Hey, you know what? You know what would have been the right movie that should have been called Dreamer?
Yeah.
Rocky. Call that Dreamer.
You know the right movie that should have been called Dreamer? Primo Baby.
There you go. Primo Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same idea.
Right. But yet, it's a weird name for the character. It's a weird name for the movie.
Yeah.
Because when would you ever be like looking through like titles of movies and you would see a movie called Dreamer and think, I bet you that's about bowling.
Well, what came first? The name Dreamer?
Yeah.
Or the song Dreamer, and they were like, oh, we got this song.
You mean the song that's in this movie?
Yeah.
I assume the song was written for the movie because the song is extremely plot specific. And when everyone called me Dreamer, I didn't let them slow me down. I kept on pushing it down. I'm gonna reach for the top. I won't stop. Gonna shoot my shot and let it roll. Pretty good song.
Yeah.
It's
right.
It's a real easy listening classic. It's real like Sunny 101.5.
But you can't be a dreamer. Thanks, Jack. Jack and Rob. Oh no, don't do that. He's too good at bowling to be a dreamer. He's already there.
I'm gonna contradict you slightly to say, who cares? Because what the hell kind of dream is professional bowler?
I wrote on my notes several times. Who cares?
Like the stakes in this movie are possibly the lowest stakes of any movie we have ever watched. Whether or not this guy will go from high-level amateur bowler to pro bowler in the late 70s. And again, what sort of dream is that to have?
So here's the question.
Yeah.
How do you define a pro at anything?
You get paid.
Okay. So the very first tournament we see this gentleman bowl in.
Yes.
What happens at the end?
Why, Chad, I believe he get paid.
That's right. So he is never an amateur. He's a pro the whole time.
Right. There is certainly no part of this movie where we like watch him struggling to be a pro. He is, by the end of the opening of the movie, a professional bowler.
From the opening credits, and it's all about bowling, I was so mad. How dare you?
Why are you so incensed that it's about bowling?
Because who cares? That's why.
Oh, okay.
You super into bowling, are you?
No,
Right. How are the stakes in this movie?
very low. Very low.
So, who cares?
Yeah. And again, and you know what? And if your dream is to be a professional bowler, I don't mean to mock you. Go for it. Follow that dream, I guess. But when you call a movie Dreamer, I'm just expecting that the guy's dreams are going to be real high.
Yeah,
Not easily achievable.
not already done.
Right.
He was already there. He was already a pro bowler when the movie started.
The other weird thing about this movie, which you are very mad at me about for being a bowling movie, is that there is virtually no bowling in this movie.
Yeah, there's like 10 minutes of bowling.
For a movie that is ostensibly a sports movie about a guy trying to climb to the tops of the pro bowling circuit, we almost never see him bowl.
Well, I'll tell you what. While that's the case,
Yeah.
bowling does kill a man.
Bowling does kill a guy.
So you got that.
So Dreamer, our bowler,
Let's get into it, I guess.
is
Whatever.
played by Tim Matheson of Animal House fame.
Now, here's a question
Yeah.
before you move forward.
Please.
Was he really good at bowling, or are they tricking us?
I believe, my understanding is that it's a combination that he did practice and learn to bowl, but it's not like this isn't like The Color of Money, the pool shooting movie where there's like a bunch of like cool, trick, sexy pool shots. This is a movie where the worst thing that happens to a bowler is a 7-10 split.
And there's barely any of that cool, like, curving stuff going on. They're, like, throwing it straight.
Right. At no point does he make the ball Tokyo drift.
Hey, that's a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, and again, it completely eschews the format of any sports movie like this, where like you would see him like playing a lot of games, and there'd be montages, and he's struggling, and he's trying. Like in sitting down to watch this movie, I expected this movie to more or less follow the plot progression of Happy Gilmore.
His biggest problem is his very angry girlfriend.
She is who teams up with bowling to kill a man.
Well, here's the deal. She has no right to be angry. Her entire life revolves around bowling. Why is she so mad that he wants to bowl?
Their home base is a bowling alley called Bowl Haven.
Right.
Which seems to be the sole industry of whatever town it is in.
Mm.
Everyone is at the bowling alley. And we only know characters from their interaction with the bowling alley.
Correct. Other than Grandma. Grandma is outside the bowling alley.
But she's Dreamer's grandma.
No.
Oh, no,
she's
that's right.
the girl's grandma.
That's right. Well, and where does the girl work?
At the bowling alley.
At the bowling alley.
So what the hell is this? $123 from Brown's Toy Store?
It's for the bozos.
This is a bowling alley, not a kindergarten.
Yeah, well, the kids like them, all right? Helps them get rid of the hostility they feel towards their parents for dumping them in that closet you call a playroom.
So this girlfriend, Karen, I think is her name,
I don't know.
works at the bowling alley. Dreamer not only bowls at the bowling alley, he works at the bowling alley. There's a dude who owns the bowling alley who I can only say of him at one point is wearing the greatest shirt this side of Jaws.
Okay.
Just as the mayor of Amity has that amazing sports coat with the little anchors on it.
Mm-hmm.
This dude has a like polo shirt with a stripe across the middle, and at the top of the stripe is a guy in the various stages of bowling a ball.
There you go.
Where did he even get that shirt?
Probably at every bowling alley in the 1970s.
And where can I get that shirt?
Time machine.
I'll invent it just for this.
Call Electric Larry.
That's right. Everybody, I don't even know what Karen's job is at the bowling alley.
Be mad.
Because they all have vague jobs. Like Dreamer is either, like it seems like Dreamer works like the counter and assigns the lanes, but like that seems like a waste.
And also mechanic.
No, they have mechanics.
But he's the mechanic at the beginning when we see him there.
I guess, but then they have these inept and horribly stereotyped
Yep.
Hispanic bowling alley mechanics.
Correct.
Juan, Taylor te quiere pronto.
I'm coming.
Pues sí, hombre, ¿ya qué quiere? Ya lo gritó una vez, ¿qué quieres que lo siga gritando?
What he wants now?
La 17 ya se descompuso de vuelta.
So they're there too. Everybody works, and then the bowling pro shop is operated by character actor Jack Warden.
He is the mentor to Dreamer.
Right, which includes maybe the worst and most torturous scene I've ever seen in a movie, which is about a half hour in, there's a montage of Jack Warden training Dreamer on bowling. And instead of it being like a Rocky-style thing where he's got him like in the alley behind the bowling alley trying to bowl down like, I don't know, something crazy. It's literally like, it's just a shot of Dreamer at the end of the bowling alley. You don't even really see like the pins go down.
Nope.
With Jack Warden's huge face superimposed over the image, and he's not even yelling at Dreamer. He's just like, nah, try throwing the ball harder, Dreamer.
Yeah, it's like the big face in Power Rangers.
Right, or it was like an easy listening music video. Like it was just missing a saxophonist.
I'm telling you, that's it. Follow through. Bend your knees. Come on now, bend your knees. That's it. All right, follow through with the ball. You're cutting the ball short. Come on, keep it slow. You rush at every shot. We're not in a race here. Come on.
And you're wondering why I'm mad.
So Jack Warden and Dreamer, it's their dream for Dreamer to hit it big so that they have enough money to open a bowling alley. More on that later.
It's not a dream. It's good. He's got it. I hate the name.
And then Dreamer's girlfriend, I'm not sure, her dream does seem to be for him to just stop bowling, which seems like an unrealistic expectation.
I said I was sorry.
I know you are.
Well, I'm glad you won the tournament.
No, you're not.
I'm sort of glad. Well, I'm trying to be glad.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
In Rocky, Adrian isn't also involved heavily in boxing.
Right. She doesn't like work at Mickey's gym.
Right. So it makes sense that she's upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
All she wants to do is work at the pet store, right?
Right. And Adrian is brought into Rocky's life in the movie. It's not like they have been dating for 10 years.
Correct.
Also, Rocky is in danger of killing himself with boxing.
Right.
And I was about to say nobody has ever died bowling, but
Well, we know that's not right.
we know from this movie that that's not true.
Oh.
In any event...
You get my point.
Right. Well, not only do I get your point, it's certainly in my notes is that this movie thinks it's the Rocky of bowling. It's definitely like they were inspired by Rocky to do this like blue-collar drama sports movie.
Yeah.
And then for the sport, they for some reason picked bowling.
I would have rather watched darts.
How about jarts?
No.
A high-stakes world of competitive jarts.
Too dangerous.
That's right. A lot of people have died playing jarts.
That's right.
Man, oh man. So it's worth noting that the anger of the girlfriend and the living vicariously of Jack Warden come to a head. Dreamer has gone to like Chicago or something for a big pro bowling competition.
Yes, he's surpassed the Pro Bowlers Association collusion to hold him down somehow by just showing up and saying, I want to bowl. And they're like, all right.
They take a vote.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, right, because he applies to join the Pro Bowlers Association after winning the tournament at the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
And then he gets a letter back saying that he hasn't met the minimum requirements to be in the Pro Bowling Association.
Why are they holding him back, though?
But here's my question. You wouldn't have found out what the requirements were to join the Pro Bowling Association?
I don't believe this.
Why? What's it say?
So I regret that we cannot accept your application for national membership to the Professional Bowlers Association because you do not meet our minimum requirements of at least a 190 average for 66 games in one league during each of the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but when he goes there in person, he says he knows them, and like he clearly meets the requirements.
But he didn't, though.
He said he had the average they required for more than the time they required it.
But I think it's one of those deals where like he didn't have proof of it.
Whatever.
You know, like in Creed.
Yes, of course.
Right? In Creed, when they're trying to get Adonis, he's going to box that British dude, right?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And they want to beef up Adonis's record, so they're like, what about all of these boxing matches he had in Mexico?
Right.
Those which do not count as far as like pro boxing is concerned. I think it's a similar situation.
But my question is, why are they even trying to hold him back? It's not like he's a rowdy, crazy person. Like he's a regular bolt. Like he doesn't do anything.
You ain't getting rid of me that easy.
Nottingham, you can't just barge in here like that.
You watch me. Excuse me, my name is Harold Nottingham.
Mr. Nottingham applied for PBA membership and was denied.
I got a letter here that says I don't meet the minimum requirements for entrance into the PBA, and I want to show you that I do.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry for this interruption.
Look, I've carried over a 190 average for 4 years, so technically I meet your requirements. Hell, I beat Red Harper just a couple of weeks ago.
Is that right, Red? What are you averaging now?
221.
For how long?
Over a year. I won that Springfield tournament.
That doesn't buy you a PBA membership.
Look, you let me bowl in Chicago, I'll show you I deserve it.
Well, and it's also weird because they never build that into anything. Like there's this hint of, again, I'm reminded of Happy Gilmore, where there's a Shooter McGavin type bowler who does not want Dreamer to succeed, but then they don't do anything with it because, and this is what I was building to, when he finally gets to this big tournament, he has just had the big fight at the PBA. He goes to the tournament. They're still trying to shut him out and do him dirty at the tournament, right?
Yep,
and then it's time for the big tournament. Do we get to see any of the big tournament? No. Instead, we spend like a 10-minute scene in the bowling alley with Jack Warden and the girlfriend screaming at each other. And then Jack Warden gets so mad that he bowls himself to death. He gives himself a heart attack on the lane, right?
Now, mind you, this man was sickly before we find out.
Right. But here are the weirder. There's 2 to 3 other weird aspects about this.
Let's go.
So he doesn't die. He's just in the hospital.
Yep.
And so like they go to see him. When Dreamer goes to first, they have that scene where Dreamer comes back from the competition with the big trophy, which we did not get to see him win. But he goes in with the big trophy and he's like, "Hey everybody, I won the big trophy." And everybody's like, "Dreamer."
Yeah, they're mad at him.
He's like, "What? What's going on?"
Hey, I won! Isn't this a beaut? Look at this. Hey, I won!
That's nice.
Hey, what's everybody so gloomy for, huh?
Okay, wait a second. Why are you giving him this accent?
I'm just trying to make it a better movie.
Okay.
By making it, because tell me this isn't a better movie. The exact same movie, but it's Rodney Dangerfield.
No, it's... He can't bowl.
Right. Well, he can't dive either, but that didn't stop Back to School, did it?
I guess. Instead of Saturday Night Fever, instead of dancing.
Yeah. You want
He's a
Travolta
bowler.
in this thing?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. In any event, then he goes to the hospital where Karen is there, and Karen is talking about how, she feels bad, and Dreamer's like, "Well, this wasn't your fault." To which the answer is yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Because not only did she get in the fight with Jack Warden, which, okay, obviously, that's its own thing, and you can say that wasn't her fault. But we see her come back into the bowling alley and just stand there and watch as Jack Warden bowls himself to death, which is clearly happening. Like, she doesn't try to stop him as he's, like, having infarctions and things.
For a long time, she stands there. Had I watched this movie at regular speed, I would have been very upset. Very upset.
But then, so he's in the hospital, and then, the part of the story becomes, you got to win one for Jack Warden. Then, then Dreamer does go to the big bowling tournament at the end, and then we finally see some bowling. More on that later.
Okay.
Afterwards, guess what? Spoilers, he wins. Big whoop. And then they cut to the future, whatever, and now he and Karen own the bowling alley. Right. But also Jack Warden is dead.
Yes.
When did he die?
Right then.
Because, I'm not wrong, right? There wasn't, a part where they were like, he's dead.
Well, I think when he goes to the big bowling tournament at the end, they say do it in memory of Jack, so they're hinting at the fact that he's died, but they don't show anything. They don't show anything,
and they don't do the thing, and I'm all for movies trying new and different things.
Right.
But the sports movie formula is so set in stone, in part because it works so well. There wasn't the scene where it's however the hell bowling works, it's like the 9th frame or whatever, Dreamer's behind 2 pins, and then somebody goes, oh, Jack died! And now it's shaking his confidence. Can he bowl these last frames? None of that.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
On the version, did you watch the same version I watched, or do you have this other version?
No, I watched the same version.
It appears to be off of television.
Yeah, I don't want to get into specifics about where off of television it's from, but yes.
But perhaps it was cut down.
Sure.
And we may have been missed out on that.
Well, it's on the YouTube.
The YouTube.
And whoever uploaded it to YouTube, and it was not me. I'm not being facetious. This was some person had uploaded it. Some weirdo bowling fan, because this movie seems like it has a following amongst bowlers for some reason.
Ugh, Jesus.
Which you would think they'd be like, they would hate it because where's the bowling? But I digress.
Where's the beef?
Regardless, without mentioning the channel it was taped off of, it was taped off a channel that shows movies uninterrupted and uncut.
Okay.
So I don't think we're missing anything here.
All right.
I don't think this is a Reckless Kelly situation where there's a 30-minute longer cut out there somewhere.
Oh, good time.
It's just that this movie stubbornly avoids sports drama at every opportunity.
Sure.
There is so little. I think there might be more pool in this movie than bowling.
I think you're right.
Because this movie, for about 20 minutes, gets real interested in the pool table in the back of the bowling alley.
Yeah, played by the creepiest. Well, he's not super creepy at the end, but at that point, he's super creepy.
Right. Spider, the local pool sharp.
Love of my life. What's happening, baby? What's shaking? Where you been keeping yourself?
Well, same as always. Here every day.
I think it's about time you and the old Spider got together, don't you think?
Why, Spider, you know I'm Dreamer's lady.
Dreamer, come on, the man bowls. I can destroy him at the pool table.
Who was basically, who's the guy from Family Guy? That's what he was.
Quagmire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of the guy from One Day at a Time.
Okay, same
Schneider.
idea. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's not only, so he's a huge creep. He's a huge creep and a huge lech.
Yep.
Who is hitting on all of the women of the bowling alley. And since it seems like he's a regular, you assume this happens daily.
Every day. Yeah, oh yeah.
There is, of course, a hugely disappointing sequence wherein this cool lady shows up to play pool, and you can tell she's gonna turn the tables on him. But we don't even get to see that happen. Just somebody comes on camera after a little while and is like, she's beating him at pool.
What's it give if she wins?
$20.
Should be good?
So far, he's lost 40.
But as creepy as he is at the bowling alley, a scene or two later, Karen has gone home to pack because she wants to go with Dreamer to this bowling tournament.
No, she's kicking him out.
Whatever.
Yeah.
She goes home, and there's clothes wrangling. And
Yeah.
Spider is in her closet.
Trick or treat! Damn it, Spider, I don't have time for you right now.
Hey, what's the matter, baby? What are you so upset about?
No, he comes over when she's throwing everything out.
I thought he was
He's not just
there.
No, he comes
I don't
over.
know. I think he was just there.
He lives in the same trailer park, and he comes over across the. I guess it's not a street, whatever, thoroughway, whatever you want to call it.
Street?
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's like a campground.
They have street names.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Here's my question for that
Either
whole.
way, though, it's not like he knocked then. He still just like barged into her trailer.
Yeah, he just walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creep.
So here's a big question from
Yeah.
that whole scene. She's kicking Dreamer out.
Yeah.
She's mad.
Yeah.
And she's packing his stuff up. He
Yeah.
doesn't take any of that stuff that she packs up. He goes to take two specific things when he's leaving.
Okay.
He takes 2 vacuums and packs them in his car.
I
Why
missed
would
this.
he take 2 vacuums? Oh, yeah. Go back and check it out.
Okay.
2 vacuums.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, get rid of that old car.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about an old car.
Right. This has not been its own through line about how he's got a car he wants to fix up or something.
Right. But then all of a sudden he just drives his new Mustang or whatever he bought at the beginning of the movie into the old car and just pushes it into a lake?
A river.
Okay. Like what?
Yeah.
That whole sequence is bizarre.
It's maybe the greatest overreaction in the history of movies.
She's mad because he likes to bowl and she's also involved in bowling and he's
Right.
mad that she wants him to move this car that doesn't move anymore, so he just pushes it into a river.
Right. To which there are two side notes to that. One, at the beginning of the movie, after the first bowling tournament, he uses the prize money to buy a Mustang.
Because he's a pro bowler.
How much money did he win?
A pro amount.
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
And then 2, so he's pushed this car into the river, right?
And he pays off other people, by the way.
Right. There is this part at the end of the movie.
Uh-huh.
So Dreamer is bowling in the big tournament. Everyone back home at Bowlhaven is sitting around watching the television, the smallest television in the county.
Yes.
They're watching it together to see Dreamer bowl. And these 2 police officers come into the bowling alley looking for Dreamer because they have found his car in the river.
H. Nuttingham. See here?
What do you want with him?
The car registered in his name is blocking a navigable waterway.
You want him? There he is, your boy.
That's Dreamer. He's on TV.
And they want to charge him with something.
And for a second, I thought this movie was going to end like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where the police just show up and arrest Dreamer, and that's the movie.
They want to charge him with blocking a navigable waterway.
Yeah, they want to charge him with disposing of a car in a river, which is definitely not okay.
Right.
But then, of course, they just get swept up in watching the bowling, and they don't care anymore.
Because there's no stakes in this film.
No, there are not.
So let's talk about the final tournament.
Before we talk about the final tournament,
Okay.
I need to ask you my big question about this movie.
Big question.
Chad, what is going on with that potato?
Okay. Yep. Apparently, you know, there's so many things we can't say clearly. Apparently, bowlers injure their thumbs while bowling. They get like a
bowler's thumb.
Yeah, bowler's thumb, whatever.
Is that a thing?
I guess, like pitchers sometimes when they throw the ball a lot, they get injured hands.
Right, but again, there's no explanation offered in the movie. Just at the very beginning of the movie, you see him nursing like a little cut on his thumb, and then after the tournament, he's got his thumb shoved in a tater.
It's clearly a tater that's been somehow polished into this position to where it's clearly for a thumb.
Right, like they've dug a hole out of the potato, a thumb-sized hole.
And then, so not only do we get the potato, later on, the same lady that gave him the potato gives him garlic to rub on it.
Right, like she has all these weird remedies for his thumb.
Is this what bowlers do? They just rub food on their injuries?
Potato helped it, didn't it?
Just like you said. And I got me a car, too.
You didn't.
Yeah.
Well, they never explain what the injury is. The injury never comes back because, like, again, it doesn't do the sports movie thing that you think is going to happen, where it's at the end of the movie and it's the big tournament. And he goes, no, my thumb's acting up. Where's my potato? Oh, no, the bad guy ate my potato. That doesn't happen. And then it only gets weirder because Dreamer has taken, like, a Greyhound bus from the tournament to, I don't know, his hometown or the car dealership or whatever. And when he gets off the bus driver is like, didn't I see you on TV? And Dreamer's like, yeah. And the guy goes, you trying to be a professional bowler? Dreamer's like, that's right. And the bus driver goes, can I have that potato?
Hey, reckon I can have that there potato. That is, if you're done with it.
Sure, if you really want it.
You go on television. That's their potato. You wear something.
I don't even want to get into the potato, man. It's gross.
I don't think that guy knows how a potato works. That thing isn't going to be around for being valuable.
Yeah, something's going to happen to that potato.
Also, what amount of money, what do you think the highest amount of money a person would pay for even the best pro bowler's thumb potato?
You got to go on eBay for that.
I don't think very much.
I don't know, man.
I
didn't even know this was a thing.
Even, let's say Russell Crowe, in his recent auction of his own goods, was auctioning off just Russell Crowe's potato. Who's buying a potato?
Is he sticking his thumb in it?
Absolutely. He used it on the set of Cinderella Man.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So anyway, you wanted to talk about the end of the movie.
Yeah, the end of the movie, he finally bowls against a bowler I know who it is.
What?
Yeah, I know who that is.
What?
That's Dick Weber at the end. He plays Dick Weber.
How do you know? Like, I know who it is because I looked it up. How do you know who any pro bowler is?
So, Dick Weber's son.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
It is also a pro bowler named Pete Weber.
Okay.
Pete Weber.
Yeah.
Is obsessed with professional wrestling.
Okay.
So, oftentimes, while he's bowling opponents...
So you know him on the message board?
Yeah. He will taunt them with professional wrestling taunts in their faces.
Now that's a movie I kind of want to see. I want to see the movie. I keep going back to Happy Gilmore. I want to see the bad boy of bowling, not the milquetoast guy of bowling.
The man you want to see is Pete Weber.
You know what? Now I do.
Yes, you will. You can Google Pete Weber and his intricacies of when he bowls and taunts people.
Do you watch the television program Documentary Now?
No.
Oh, they just did a bowling episode, and it is It is worth your while.
Okay.
In any event, back to Dick Weber.
Yep.
Which, incidentally, in like I don't know where I saw this, but in a write-up I saw where somebody was talking about this movie, they referred to this movie as the movie that stars Dick Weber.
Yeah, he's in it for 2 minutes.
Yeah, this movie doesn't star Dick Weber in any way, shape, or form. Also, why is he bowling at the end of the movie against this Dick Weber guy who has not been mentioned in the rest of the movie? It's not like there was a scene earlier where Dreamer was like, I wish I could be as good as Dick Weber.
I guess they show it like the tournament brackets, like, oh, there goes Dick Weber. There goes
Dick
Weber.
It's a little inside baseball. It's like if at the end of Over the Top, if Stallone was actually arm wrestling the world arm wrestling champion, and we were supposed to know who that was.
Yes.
Right. Interesting side note. The girlfriend in this movie is the wife that dies in Over the Top.
Tremendous.
Yeah. In any event, why isn't he bowling against the bad guy bowler from earlier in the movie?
Because he beat him in the first round of that tournament.
But even so, like, that's how these movies work.
I know. Yes, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He the fat guy hits a home run off of him, and then at the end he strikes him out. Yeah, I know.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Don't answer because it's about freaking bowling.
And another disappointment. Earlier in the movie, Dreamer goes to Karen and he's got a magazine. And he says to her, for my big bowling brouhaha, I want you to make me this shirt.
Yeah.
And she's like, this shirt that Elvis is wearing? And so I'm dreaming of this insane rhinestone number that he's going to bowl the last game in.
Yeah, like he's going to look like Honky Tonk Man or something.
Right. And it's just a white linen bowling shirt.
I believe it's satin.
Whatever. There's no glitter. There are no bangles.
And he looks bad in it.
He looks real bad in it.
Ugh.
He looks like an angel that got rejected.
Yep. There's no explanation for it. It's terrible.
Oh, my goodness. What a dumb movie. Now, we've been making fun of him being named Dreamer this whole time. I suppose it's worth noting what his real name is.
I don't even remember.
Harold Nuttingham.
Oh, man. Yikes.
So I get why he wants to be called Dreamer.
Why would they choose that name?
Why did they choose any of this?
You made me watch it.
Well, I didn't make you watch it.
All right.
One of these days, I fully expect that I'm going to get an email back that's just like, nope.
Well, I don't know what they are. I just click them and watch them.
All right, I'm looking at the old notes here.
I don't have anything worth talking about.
Let's see. Oh, let's talk about the opening credits for this movie, which are unnecessarily Cheers style.
Yeah, why? What was going on?
It's all these old-timey bowling photos, and then the first scene is set in like the 50s.
I guess that was Dreamer as a kid?
Yeah. Dreamer as a kid setting pins for some famous bowler.
Was it Jack?
He says who it was, but I don't remember. It might have been Dick Weber.
Okay.
But I was like, when the movie started, then I was like, wait, so is this movie also set in the 50s? And anyway, that didn't go anywhere. Also, those opening credits last approximately 100 years.
Too long. Thank God I'm watching it much faster than regular speed.
Yeah. It's a movie. This is not a good movie.
Nope.
It is a movie that doesn't make any sense. But I did appreciate that I have a lot of questions about it.
If you like bowling, go ahead and watch it.
In a way, it's another movie that harkened back a little bit to Rosebud Beach Hotel for me.
Okay.
In that this felt less like a movie than the pilot for some god-awful 80s drama series set at a bowling alley.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
Wherein there's all these crazy characters like Spider and the weird food lady, and their lives drift in and out of the bowling alley. And every week maybe there's some guy who's new in town who's got to work out his problems on the lanes.
Oh, and the Globetrotters stopped by to bowl one week.
I want to see that.
Oh, sure. They're probably good at it.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me propose this idea for you. What if you did a sequel to this movie where in Dreamer, he's kind of washed up, and he wants to get back into pro bowling. He's kind of taking the jack role.
Sure.
And so he finds this Amish kid.
Okay, we've seen this.
What?
Yeah, you're hitting on something.
Yeah. And
I don't know the name of it, but it's a movie.
It is Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah, I was gonna get there.
Yeah. Co-starring Vanessa Angel of the Weird Science TV show.
I like that TV show.
I love that TV show. I like that TV show way more than I like that movie.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
On USA.
Yeah. Right before Duckman.
Characters welcome.
Not at that time.
No.
Characters were not yet welcome. Characters had to fight just to get in the door.
Agreed.
For you to catch California Dreamin' or Pacific Blue.
Don't. Do not.
USA. I think that's about all I have to say about Dreamer.
Real pooper.
I think you mean it's a real gutter ball.
Okay. Yes.
Chad, where would you rank Dreamer?
Bottom 10.
Bottom 10. Really? I actually had it up pretty high. I liked it a little bit better than I liked Get Crazy.
Wow.
Because Get Crazy I just thought was sort of, like, it didn't really connect with me. It was sort of boring. And while Dreamer is really bad, it missed the mark so many times as to be sort of fascinating.
Well, if we have Get Crazy at 11.
We do.
And I think it's towards the bottom. You think it's towards the top. You think it's better than Get Crazy. Then we have to go in between somewhere. So what's the in between number?
Okay. So let's see here. So if I've got it like 11 and you've got it, let's say there. So here's where we're going to start at. We're going to start at, well, what is on our list number 16, but I haven't renumbered these, so I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what number it's actually at.
Okay.
I should probably do that at some point. I should maybe type this up instead of just keep writing into it.
Maybe.
Where we're going. And I just lost my pencil.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Okay, so at number 15-ish, more like 17 now, I guess, we have Shrunken City. Would you rather watch Dreamer or Shrunken City?
What's after Shrunken City?
What do you mean by after? Above or below?
16.
16 is The Escape Artist.
Okay, I'd rather watch Dreamer than either of those two.
Okay. Next one up the list is Wizard of Speed and Time.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd rather watch that.
Would you rather watch Mystery Monsters or Dreamer?
No. I'd rather watch Dreamer.
Would you rather watch Reckless Kelly or Dreamer?
Reckless Kelly.
All right. So
somewhere in there. In there.
So then let's put Dreamer. I think we're going to put it right after Mystery Monsters. So it's between Mystery Monsters and The Wizard of Speed and Time.
All right.
Okay.
I can deal with that.
There we go. Which makes it some number on the list. Which makes it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Mathematics.
The 16th Bad Movie Brothers movie.
All right.
Putting it right there, right about the middle of the list. As we have now watched 29 bad movies. Oh! Is Owen Wilson there?
Well, sometimes.
That's tremendous.
Okay.
We'll be back next time with more bad movies.
Have a good day.